Hi, I'm Ami G. Schmid. You can call me Ami. And I'm zooming in from Brattleboro, Vermont. And welcome. So today we're going to do, basically it's an energy medicine routine that Donna Eden came up with. But Donna Eden's daily energy medicine routine is a 5-minute routine. And I have made it into basically an hour. So that sort of gives you a little bit of heads up that it's not just Donna Eden's routine, but I suggest that you check out Donna Eden online and do her 5-minute routine every day because it really helps a lot. So today we're going to add in some mind, body, spirit uh, influence into the routine. So I've been 40 years studying a lot of different things, and this is kind of a accumulation of all those tools, not all of them, but a lot of them, those tools that I've been accumulating into this expanded version of Donna Eden's routine. So I want to start off by saying we all have a different belief system, but I'm just going to ask you to open your mind to this way of thinking that I'm going to introduce, that we think of ourselves as a human being in a physical body, but I'm going to ask us right now to suspend that belief and in its place to try out this belief, that we are a spiritual being having a human experience in a physical body. So we're much larger than this human experience, and we're much larger than this physical body. And we're an energetic being that's intermingling with all the energy that exists. And so today we're going to tap in and out of that way of being in an energetic body within an energetic existence. And right now, at this day, in this day and age, we are in especially tumultuous energetic time. The energy is very tumultuous. You know, people are calling it a collective experience where there's so much happening, you know, with COVID-19 and the pandemic, and with our awakening into racial injustice and racism and coming to terms with that, especially those of us in white skin, coming to terms with that. It's very disruptive to the way things were. And we want to break up the status quo. It's just also difficult. It's challenging. And also with the climate crisis and all the things that are happening on the earth. So we're feeling this collective stress. And part of that stress has to do with the energetic field is in chaos right now. So we want to clean up our own, we want to reset our own button so that we feel more calm and connected. And we want to help the energetic field. So we're going to tap into that a little bit today too. And the other thing that I wanted to add in is this thought that I just heard this the other day and I love it, so I want to share. Imagine that we have a glass and we're filling it up with water. And every day there are challenges, every moment, from internally to externally to, you know, what's happening in the energetic field. There are these challenges that pour water into our glass, and the glass fills up. And we feel like we can handle things. We've got this glass of water. I can handle this glass of water, and it's filling up. And there could be one drop, just one little thing that causes that water to overflow. And all of a sudden, we're not handling it well. And so the idea is not to have stress, because that's part of this existence. The idea is to pour out some of, if not all of, the water every day so that it doesn't get to that point where one drop is going to make it overflow. So that's part of what doing this energy medicine and anything that makes you feel like you're pouring some of that stress out is a good thing. So every day, think about that whatever you do to help you pour out some of that water, some of that stress, is really helpful. So We're going to get started with our routine, which is going to pour out hopefully the whole glass of water, empty it out. And we're going to start with tapping. So we're going to start tapping using our fingertips under the middle of the eyes on the bone and just gently tap. And while we're tapping, we're going to breathe. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. And notice as you're breathing in that your belly gets larger, it extends, it expands. When that happens, you know you're breathing correctly, because we don't always breathe correctly. Sometimes we hold our breath. Sometimes we get mixed up with our breathing in and out, and breathing in and filling up the lungs, the diaphragm pushing down into the abdominal cavity and pushing the belly out with the inhale. And then everything comes back down with the exhale. So it's a good cue that you're breathing correctly. That's in a way that's most helpful to your physical body and your spirit. When your belly expands or extends on your inhale. And slow down your inhale and your exhale. You'll find that that may happen naturally. If it doesn't, just make an effort to take in more breath and really blow it out. Let it go. You might even make sound like a sigh or a huh while you're exhaling. And you're on mute, so no one will hear you. No need to be self-conscious. Just do what you need to do to really spill water out of that glass. Then we're going to continue breathing and bring the tapping down to come find the middle of your collarbones and come just under the middle of your collarbones and start tapping in there. Some people have a divot there. Not everybody does, but start tapping and breathing. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. So while we're doing this, often it feels better to close the eyes and tune in. And that's a great thing to do. And I'm going to suggest that at some points that you offer yourself the chance to open your eyes and still tune in, to start getting used to what it's like to be in the world, in our daily life, while tuning in. It's not something that we naturally do, so it's a practice. How to be in front of others while tuning in. How to tune in while being around others in the world. So now we're going to go to the third spot, and I like to use my knuckles for this one, and it's right in the center of the chest, right in the breastbone, and right on top of the sternum. And again, inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. This is a fun one to make noise on. I don't want you to bang on yourself too much. So we're going to move to the fourth one. This is our fourth last tapping spot. And I find that my shoulders don't naturally go into this spot, so I like to get my shoulders ready. So arms up in the air in a Y shape. Arms in the air like you just don't care. Fingertips up, shoulders down, Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Try to keep your knees soft. Sometimes when we stand and we're working different parts of the body, we tend to want to lock in at the knees. Let's try to pay attention to the knees when they lock in. Just loosen up and bring the arms out to a T, shoulders down. Squeeze the shoulder blades together in the back. Try and keep your arms out straight while squeezing the shoulder blades, and check your knees. W, shoulders down, squeeze those shoulder blades together, and arms out into double L's, shoulders down, squeeze the shoulder blades together. And now our shoulders are in the proper position, so you're going to keep your shoulder blades squeezing together, and then we're going to tap into the brow line, into the ribs. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. So every exhale, at the end of the exhale, try to squeeze that last breath out, giving lots more space and room for the next breath, the next inhale, to fill up the lungs all the way up to the collarbones, all the way to the back, all the way down to the diaphragm, and all the way forward, filling up the lungs. Okay, so we're done with our tapping part. Shake out the arms. And we're going to scrape from the shoulder down to the hip and throw away anything that you caught along the way. So what we're doing here is we're crossing the energetic line, crossing the energy. And while we're at it, just in case something got caught in the energetic field on your body, we're starting to clean it off and throw it into a fire or water or the center of the earth, or break it up with sound so that it can be purified back into light. Anything that got caught and is ready to be let go of and be reconstituted as light. And we're going to do this for the whole body. So think of your body in panels from top to bottom. Scrape all the way down and throw into this fire that you've created, or water, or the center of the earth, or just break it up. Imagine that you can reach your whole back and scrape down there also. Get all of your physical body scraped off. And when you do this, you might start feeling things under that first layer that want extra scraping off. So just go into those places that you maybe feel tension or pain or discomfort of some kind. And you'll start feeling lighter and lighter. Throw it into the fire. Break it up. And then just to make sure we got it all, imagine yourself as a little figure standing in front of you. And as we do this, I want to invite you to feel it happening in your physical body. So imagine your physical body is standing in front of you within this little miniature figure, and it's facing you. And you're going to use your fingers and you're going to scrape around it so the energetic body is inside, on, and outside. Most people talk about the aura as being the part of the energetic body that's outside. So you're going to scrape everything off, throw it into fire, whatever you're taking off, or water, or the center of the earth, or break it up into light. And then we're going to take our energetic fingers and stretch them out of our physical fingers and go inside of that body. And take anything that's inside that's ready to be cleansed, that got caught in the inside of the energetic body. And hopefully you'll start feeling this. And we're going to take all the air around us and we're going to put that into the fire or water or core of the earth. Take it, scoop it up like you're swirling into a little, like you're making cotton candy. Swirl it all up Throw it into the fire, water, center of the earth, break it up. And now that little body that's standing in front of you, that is you, so you're going to feel this happening while you're doing it. This little figurine body is facing you, looking at you, and we're going to do something that's going to kind of strengthen the aura so that things don't get caught in it so easily. And I'm going to show you how to do it, and then we can do it together or on your own. But take your 2 fingers, and we're going to point to the top above the head of this body and go around the body in a clockwise fashion while we say or sound Om all the way around. And then we're going to close the circle, start from the top and go down to the bottom, saying the word peace, and then start the circle on the left and go right and say peace. So it's Om, peace, peace. We're going to do this while we're looking at the front of our eyes and the whole physical body. That body's going to turn around. We're going to do the same thing to the back of the body, and we're going to do the same thing to the front of the body. So 3 times we're going to do this. So here we go. Have your little figurine standing in front of you and imagine on top of the head. We'll start. Om. Peace. Peace. Turn the body around so you're facing the back head. Om. Peace. Peace. One more time, turn that body around so you're facing the eyes. Om. Peace. Peace. And then just stand with your body for a moment. Take a breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Soften your knees. And we're going to start marching. And this has to do with the energetic field, crossing the arms, crossing the energetic field. Think about a little string attached to each knee, and somebody up in the atmosphere is lifting the knees, nice and light, lifting the knees. And as your knees come up, your physical hips are starting to warm up. As your arms come up, your shoulders are starting to warm up. And we're going to just bring a little physical exercise and movement into our energy routine here. So let's get a little more range of motion in the shoulders now that they are warmed up. A little bigger swing, a little higher if you want to. This is all if you want to, if it feels right for your body right now. And then we're going to add a little more range of motion by scooping up behind you and throwing over to the front. It's also a little brain food, mind-brain food, to be doing all these different things. And then we're going to slow it down in reverse directions. And I just want to let you know that it's okay to smile. It's okay not to smile. It's okay to have your eyes open. It's okay to soften your gaze. Try different things. Experiment with this. And we're going to touch the instep. And we're going to do a couple of things while we're doing this motion. One is lift up from your inner thigh. Get a little inner thigh workout. The other is think about anything that might be coming out still. Maybe there's still something in your physical body, or you just picked up something and you're taking it off from the foot. It's coming out through the sole of the foot. We have a sole of the foot. And take it into your hand and fling it and turn it into light. And if you slow this down, you're also taking some time to practice balancing in a physical body. Do a little balancing. All right. So now we're going to kick out to the side. Arms are swinging the opposite direction. And think about your outer thigh lifting. So we'll get a little outer thigh workout. And again, we're balancing. So you could kind of start to consider that your energetic body is coming through the physical body, down the legs, down the feet, and rooting down into the earth. And that there's a stretchy root connection so that you're connected even while you kick out. And while one leg is kicking out, the other leg has that nice, tight, firm connection to the center of the earth, rooting down. And they get to change and take turns. All right, so let's do some ice skating. Crossing the arms in the front, kicking back, and you might feel a stretch in the front of the upper thighs. That's your quadricep muscles getting a nice stretch. At least warming up into stretching. So it's fun to pull the imagination in while doing exercise. So wherever you're ice skating right now, think about what you're wearing. If you have a fur muff, what kind of hat? What color is your coat? What do your ice skates look like? And see if you can feel that mist of snow from the person in front of you who's ice skating, and it's scraping up off the ice and it's sort of misting in your face. Breathe in that nice, crisp, fresh air. And then when exercising muscles in the physical body, whatever we do to one, we want to do to the opposing. So first, we're stretching the quads here. I want to work the hamstrings, which is the back of the thighs a little bit. So take a moment to just kick up, kick up, kick up. That gets into that hamstring work. And we're going to kick forward and reach for the opposite foot. So we're lifting and working the quadriceps, lifting from the front of the thigh and stretching the hamstring. So we're doing the opposite of what we just did when we were behind. And then as we warm up, we can work a little more into the calves, point, and flex. Push your heel to the wall in front of you as you warm up. If you start out and it feels a little twangy, don't push so hard. Wait till you warm up to push a little harder. And when you warm up, you can push your heel forward. And then we're going to just reach for the out step, the outer part of the foot, and get a twisting action in here. And notice that this whole time we've been balancing on one foot at a time, practicing balance. Okay, so give yourself a little wiggle, shake your legs out of your hips. Give your body a little shake, shake, shake your belly, shake your bottom. Do a little football warm up. Shake it out. Let your whole body shake. Let your spine move your shoulders and hips. And as we're doing this, right outside my door, the window, the wind is like, it's working. We're working together. We'll just move. You do a little dance, have a little fun. Whatever your dance move is, break a move. Wahoo! We are warmed up. We can move and groove. Woo, 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 woo. Dance like you're free. Yeah. Shake it out. Beautiful. All right, we're going to do a little bit of arm workout. If you have weights or a stretchy band, you can use them. If you don't, this is what working with a stretchy band looks like. If you don't have weights or a stretchy band, we're going to use the air like weights. So pick up a 40-pound weight. And we're going to get the body, the physical body, into this kind of alignment so our arms can just do all the work and the rest of us is safe. So bend your knees a little, ground down into your feet. Get your hips a little bit of a pelvic tilt. Zip up in the front like you have a zipper from the pubic bone, zipping up and pulling in the belly and the ribs while you're zipping up. Shoulders back and down. Head is lifted from the crown. And then we're going to pull the upper arms down and back and reach forward and pull back, squeezing those shoulder blades together. So if you're not using a weight, you want to resist that pull back as if you were pulling a 40-pound resistance. Squeezing into the middle of the shoulders and the back. Even if you have a weight, you still want to think about that resistance. Keep your neck long. Look forward and down a little bit. It's really easy to tighten up different places when we're working. We're going to try to isolate working just into the shoulder blades. Everything else can zip up and relax. Let's do 2 more, whatever you're doing. And then we're going to do bicep curls. So arms down by your side, tucked into your ribs, and curl up. Again, the resistance is where we're working. So resist as you pull up. Even if you're holding a weight, resist that weight. Think of the air pushing it down as you push up. And the rest of the body is in alignment. Feels nice and easy. Just the biceps are working, just the front of the upper arm. Way back in the 1980s, I used to work out with a cassette tape with Joni Greggins, and it was a stationary bicycle workout. I'd be on my bicycle and she would be talking, and she said this one thing that was just really funny. She said, when the going gets tough, the tough go shopping. And I thought that was pretty funny because retail therapy is something that I do at the thrift store. And then I bring everything back and donate it to the same thrift store, and all the money goes to hospice. So it feels all good. All right, so now we're going to do triceps. We did the front, now we're going to do the back. That flappy part, That's the triceps. So shoulders down and back, body's in alignment, elbows back. The upper arm does not move on this one, just the lower arm moves. And we're going to push back and resist, resist. Nice long neck. The head is like a helium balloon lifting up out of the body. The body is like the string hanging down, zipping up. Just the triceps are working now. Some people get bored with the same thing. You can go one hand and then the other. Still working the triceps. Arms are still in the same kind of a position. All right, let's do 2 more of those. And let your weights go, let your stretchy band go, let your arms relax. We're going to open up the arms, push out the palms so your fingertips are back behind you. Stretch out the arms. Feel that stretch in your tendons. And then bring the fingertips up, stretch out, push the palms out. And then bring the fingertips forward, press the palms out. And then bring those fingertips down, press the palms out. Now bring the palms in and press the wrist out. Fingertips forward, press the wrist out. Fingertips up, press the wrist out. And fingertips behind, press the wrist out. Okay, shake out your hands. Hold on to your fingers, interlace them. We'll start making a lazy 8 or an infinity sign. And then slow it down and go the other way. And then we're going to lock the fingers or snap the fingers together. And then stop and change the lacing of your fingers and snap a little more. Okay, I'm going to pull the arms back out and then pull your hands back. As far back as they go. Maybe this is as far as they go. Whatever feels right for you. And then hold on to your fingers behind you, interlace your fingers, and point down. And for most people, you'll find that this feels like a stretch in the chest. And just invite in your heart. Inside that stretch is your heart, your physical heart, your emotional heart center. Invite that heart center to start to open. That you're safe, your space is safe. To open into the space around you, in front of you, to lift and melt. And then feel your shoulders, feel the position that your shoulders are in, and try and maintain that position as you unlace your fingers and bring your arms back. Bring your arms up, and then give yourself a big hug. And hold on to your shoulder blades if you can. Walk your fingers farther in toward your shoulder blades. And then slide your hands down to your elbows. And we're going to start rocking. While we're rocking, what I'd love for you to think about is that inside of our heart space, there are parts of us that have been hidden in the unconscious or subconscious, that have been hidden, and invite them out now. Often those things that are hidden feel shame or emotions that feel like they're unacceptable. Right now, we're going to invite them in for nurturing and for love and for acceptance and for forgiveness. And whatever comes out that we're able to offer, we're going to offer that. And let them come out into this heart space as we bring our elbows a little wider. They're going to remain in the heart space while we stretch into the shoulders a little bit. So take one arm, hold that shoulder down and across. Give it a little extra stretch. And just make sure your knees aren't locking in if you're standing. And then the other side. And then bring your arms back together and come back up into your hug and notice which arm is on top. We're going to open up and switch the arms so the other one is on top. Reach for your shoulder blades. Shoulders are going to drop as much as they can. Slide down to your elbows and rock all the parts that are coming into that heart space. We're reaching the elbows farther over and stopping on one side to give your shoulder a stretch. Make sure your knees are staying soft. Notice your breath. I'm going to close my door because we've got some machine sweeping the street. All right, let's go to the other side. Stretching the shoulder. Listening to your body. What does your body really love right now? What kind of a stretch does it want? Where does it want to stop and hang out and be breathed into? And then we're going to bring the arms back and open the arms, open up. And as you come forward this time, you're going to round your back. So you're pushing your belly button to your lower back. Your hips and your shoulders and your head are coming together in the front. And we're going to open up again and still pulling the belly button to the back, though this time we're going to take the hips and the shoulders and the head and pull them to the back. Let's do this a few times of kind of a cat-cow, exhaling as you come forward and hugging yourself, inhaling as you pull back and stretch out. All right, and we're going to come back to neutral and find a chair that you can sit in. Our next activity is going to be done on a chair that you can, hopefully you can reach underneath and hold on to the underneath of your chair. If you can't do that, you can always sit on your hand. So let's start out with our left hand holding on under the chair and take a moment to come into what I call lengthening and widening. So think of your energetic body running through the midline and lifting up out the spine, up the top of the head, lifting up and pulling up. Whoop. And at the same time, it's going down the spine, down through the tailbone, and pulling down into the ground, into the earth, being pulled down. So now imagine being pulled in both directions at the same time, kind of like softening taffy. And invite in this lengthening. So remember, you are an energetic body that is much larger than the physical body. We'll invite the physical body to lengthen into this larger, lengthened way of existing, inviting in the vertebrae to open up where there might have been contraction. Maybe there's now a little more space. And also think about the energetic body running through the midline and pulling out and widening. So it's pulling out through the shoulders and through the ribs and through the hips and through the side body. And you can also widen from the front and the back of the physical body, pulling out in those directions. So you might think of yourself as um, an orb of light with a center point that's expanding in all directions. The orb is getting larger. So now, while our left hand is holding on to the underneath the chair or under your seat, look to your right, let your chin drop, bring your right hand to the back of your head, and as you try to push your head down, your chin down, your head is going to resist your hand. So the back of your head is pushing in an upper back diagonal fashion and pushing, keep pushing against the hand, pushing, 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 lifting and pushing. And then keeping the right hand where it is, stop the resisting, stop the pushing, and gently guide your chin down, your nose down, looking down, and keep going down, down. And then release your hand, release your neck, release your other hand, head forward, and just feel a little bit of what that did. Now we're going to take the right hand and hold on to underneath the chair. Take a few breaths to lengthen and widen and expand. Look to the left. Left hand is going to go to the back of the head. Chin is going to drop down, pushing the head against the hand, the top back crown of the head, pushing and resisting against the hand. Keep pushing, keep resisting. Push up, push out. Back diagonal, keep pushing. And then keeping the left hand where it is, stop pushing and gently guide your chin and your nose and your forehead down and down and down. And release the hand, release the head, release the other hand, release the stretch. Going to cross one leg up and over and just kind of notice this new position. Notice what it does in your hip. And invite your hip to let down and relax a little bit. Just bring some extra breath into your hip, as if you could breathe right into your hip and open things up. And anything that's in there that feels stuck is being released through the exhale and cleansed in the air. And we're breathing in a breath, brand new, fresh breath. Now the hand that's on the same side as the foot is going to hold onto the ankle. The other hand's going to reach over to the foot and hold onto the foot. And we're going to inhale and lift everything. Lift your physical body, lift your energetic body. Exhale and release. And do that 3 more times with your own breath. And then just notice when you come back down, notice where your knee is, if it's a little lower. Notice your hip and how it feels, if it feels a little more relaxed. Say thank you to your leg for responding. Thank you to your hip. Let that leg go, and we're going to do the same thing to the other side. So starting out with the hip, knowing that the hip is there, knowing that it's affected by this position, and bringing some extra breath into the hip, an invitation to open and release. The hand that's on the same side as the foot is going to hold onto the ankle. Other hand is going to reach over for your foot and hold on. Inhale and lift everything. Exhale and release. 3 more times. When you're done, just notice your hip. Notice if your knee is down a little lower, if your hip has relaxed a little. Give your leg and especially your hip kudos for responding to this. Lower your legs, feet on the floor, and we're going to bring the fingers to a tented position with the thumbs on the forehead. Breathe in and out, in through your nose, out through your mouth. On your next inhale, curl your fingers so that your fingertips are in the middle of your forehead. Press in and pull the skin apart as you exhale. Pull all the way down behind your ears, down your body, and land on your thighs. And take a breath here. Now bring the fingertips back to the middle of the forehead. We're going to open up the third eye. Press in and pull out. And keep doing this all the way up the forehead, all the way to the crown, opening up the crown, all the way to the back of the crown, down the back of the head, opening up the head, opening up the mind, opening up the neck. And then when you get to the shoulders, hang out on your shoulders, just hang down. And then cross the hands rather, over the heart space. And imagine that what's brewing inside the heart space is a seed in a garden. And the seed is some intention or self-affirmations or prayer or mantra, something that is affirming, self-accepting, self-loving. And we're going to strengthen the seed and start growing the seed, making a groove in the garden for the seed, connecting the groove to the heart, to the earth, to the energetic field. And start tapping like the rhythm of your heartbeat. Start tapping one side and then the other. Do bilateral stimulation to really land this positive self-affirming mantra or prayer or self-talk. And you are muted. If you want to say something out loud so that you alone can hear it, you can say this out loud. You can say it as if you were the wise self, maybe 3 lifetimes from now, who is telling you that you are in the right place at the right time. You are kind. You are smart. You are a beautiful being in process. You are in the right place at the right time. And then land that seed in the garden, in your heart space. Bring it with you as we stand back up. And as it continues to grow, we're now going to rub the hands together and create a portal for anything in you, your physical body, your energetic body, mental body, emotional body, psychic body, anything inside that's ready to be let go of, that's saying, yes, I have served you well. I am not serving you well anymore. I am going to go now. And let it come into this portal like a little ball. Create a ball of everything that has served us well. Say thank you for your service as it comes into this ball. Thank you for your service. And now break it up into pure light. And breathe in these particles of pure light and oxygen. Breathe in and out of this pure light and oxygen. And bring your hands down to your thighs, tented fingers. Feet are at least shoulder width apart, some comfortable distance. And we're going to take the four corners of the feet and open them up. So the pad of your big toe and the pad of your little toe are going to stretch across and away from each other. The two sides of the heel are going to stretch across, and all four are going to stretch away from each other. And then we're going to take those and we're going to cable them into the floor and then turn them into roots, going down through the floor, down through the foundation of the home that you're in, down through the crust of the earth, down into the earth, into the soil where it's moist and warm, root out to the sides. Just imagine those little fibers coming out of the roots, intermingling with other root systems, with our root systems, with the earth root systems, with the tree root systems, with animal root systems. And feel the joy of everything that's in there, that you have arrived and you know that you're part of this connection. They've been waiting for us to remember this. Feel that joy coming back up into the physical body, the energetic body, into the heart space in the garden. Feed the seed with that energy. Feel it growing up and out the crown of your head. Feel the energy in the ethereal or energetic field, the ethereal range where it's light and spacious and open, non-judgmental, true love. Bring that energy, feel that energy, that joyful energy that you're now connecting with it again and remembering. Feel that coming back down into the body, into the seed, into the garden. Feeding the seed in the garden. We're going to breathe in right here. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart space, to Namaste prayer hands. Inhale and connect heaven and earth. So one arm up, one arm down, palm up, palm down, looking up. And when you're ready to exhale, we'll come back to the heart space. Ready to inhale, we'll switch to the other side. And we're going to go back and forth. So we're going to exhale into the heart space. Inhale and connect heaven and earth. Exhale into the heart space. Inhale and connect heaven and earth. And remember, your seed is growing and you're bringing in energy and you're growing out. And the next time you're in Namaste prayer hands, stay right here. And we're going to fold over into a ragdoll. So fold from your hips to your waist. Head is going to head down to the ground. Hips are going to head down to the heavens, head up to the heavens. And right here, it may feel uncomfortable, so make sure your knees are bent so you feel as comfortable as you can. Invite your breath to help you
to loosen up and open up and release. And then while staying in this position, let your head drop. Don't look up. We're going to rise up the body just to a shelf so the back is parallel to the floor. And we're going to lift the chest up and over a wall as we go back down into ragdoll. So inhale up into a shelf, exhale down into ragdoll. Let's do that a few times. Next time you're in ragdoll, stay right there and hold on to your elbows and invite the weight of your upper body to pull you down a little more. And then change the cross of your arms, holding onto the elbows. And then let go of your arms and let them hang so your shoulders are rounded, your head is hanging. Nod your head, yes and no. Shake your head. And then let your head just hang and feel your neck being pulled, a little bit of traction. Let your arms go, shoulders go, head go, neck stretch. Now pull up just a little, still hanging in ragdoll. Look down at the ground. Look at your hands and start drawing a big infinity sign. So you're crossing in the middle and going way out to the side and opening up a circle. And draw an infinity sign or a lazy 8. And then start rising up your eyes and rise up your infinity sign with your eyes. So you're drawing an infinity sign in front of you. And then still look up and bring the infinity sign up above your head. And you're opening the energetic field, putting things back in its right order. And we're all doing this work together right now. Opening up the energy, putting it into its rightful place of being at peace. And then bring the back of your hands together and push the energy out, push your hands down so that your fingers land on your thighs again. We're going to stand in mountain pose. So the feet are grounded, rooted, the knees are soft, the tailbone is reaching down to ground, zipping up the front, shoulders are coming up, back and down, palms are now forward. Head is lifted like a helium balloon, and the body is the string hanging down. Bring your fingertips to your pubic bone, press in and pull up as you inhale to the lower lip. Push your energetic fingers to the back of the throat, lock a key, exhale and throw it away. And we're going to do this zipping up 3 more times. And you can do this to the back body. Find the zipper on the bottom of your tailbone and zip up the back. Bring up a hood over the head. Throw it away. And then lastly, one hand, the fingertips are going to press into the navel, belly button. The other hand, the fingertips are going to press into the forehead, third eye. Press in and then lift the skin up. And we're going to do a breathing meditation here. Breathing in, light. Breathing out, light. Breathing in, peace. Breathing out, peace. Breathing in and out like a wave.
being the wave in the ocean that we're all in. And as you continue to breathe in and out of the ocean that we're all in, this energetic field, you can release your hands and keep breathing. Bring your heart and your garden with you. And we're going to close with the word namaste, which is an old Sanskrit word. And through the ages, it has come to this meaning that I understand, which is wherever I'm at right now, which feels really peaceful and part of everything and light and in the light. And I am the light and you are the light. And I recognize that you are in this too. I greet you with this knowledge. Namaste.